I knew something was wrong the second I smelled it. That faint, artificial lemon scent drifting from my sink. My stomach dropped. My hands actually started shaking. Because sitting there, scratched, wet, and smelling like dish soap, was my Yixing teapot. The one I flew halfway across the world to bring home. The one that could never, ever, touch soap. And the worst part? The person who ruined it didn't even think she did anything wrong. But by the end of this, she would. When I went to China a few years ago, it wasn't just a vacation. It was something I had saved for. Planned for. Dreamed about. And one afternoon, wandering through a small traditional market, I found it. A Yixing teapot. If you don't know what that is, let me explain. It's not just a teapot. It's unglazed clay. Porous. Alive in a way normal kitchenware isn't. Every time you brew tea in it, the clay absorbs the flavor. Over time, it develops a seasoning, like a cast iron pan, but more delicate. More personal. You don't wash it with soap. You don't scrub it. You don't treat it like something replaceable. You rinse it with hot water. You let it air dry. You respect it. That teapot became my ritual. Every Sunday morning, I'd wake up early. The house still quiet. Sunlight slipping through the blinds. I'd measure out my loose leaf oolong. Heat the water carefully, not boiling, just right. And I'd brew. The aroma would bloom. Deep. Toasted. Slightly floral. It tasted better every time because the pot itself was becoming part of the flavor. It wasn't just tea. It was calm. Control. Something steady in a chaotic world. So when I had to leave for a work trip, I did what I thought was responsible. I asked my friend to watch my cat. I paid her. I told her she could use anything in the kitchen. Anything. Important detail, my Yixing teapot was not in the kitchen. It was displayed behind glass in my dining area. Next to my loose leaf teas. Away from regular dishes. Almost like art. Because to me, it was. I came home 3 days later. Suitcase still in hand. The house smelled faintly, wrong. Not dirty. Just lemony. I walked into the kitchen and saw it in the sink. My teapot. Water droplets clinging to it. The lid slightly askew. I picked it up. It felt off. Then I looked inside. Scratches. Thin, jagged lines carved into the clay. And that smell. Soap. I swear my chest tightened like someone had punched me. I called her immediately. Hey, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Did you use my Yixing teapot? Oh yeah, she said cheerfully. I love the tea you make in that thing. It's amazing. My jaw clenched. Did you wash it? Of course, she laughed. I'm not disgusting. With what? A sponge. And some dish soap. Oh, and one of those metal scrubby things. It had stuff stuck inside. My vision actually blurred for a second. You used a wire sponge? Yeah. I couldn't find your regular sponge and I didn't want to put it in the dishwasher. There was a long silence. That teapot can't touch soap, I said quietly. Ever. She scoffed. It's a teapot. No, I said, feeling heat rise into my face. It's not just a teapot. I hung up soon after because I could feel myself shaking. But part of me thought, maybe I can fix it. I boiled water in it again. Poured it out. Repeated. The smell lingered. I brewed tea. 1 sip. Soap. Faint. But there. And those scratches? Every time I heated the pot, they seemed more visible. The clay weakened. It was ruined. Something inside me broke a little. Because this wasn't just about money. It was about care. About respect. About someone walking into my space, touching something clearly special, displayed, protected, and deciding it didn't matter. So I called her again. I need you to replace it. Silence. What? You ruined it. It's not usable anymore. Just clean it, she snapped. You're being dramatic. I've tried. It's a teapot. No, I said again. It's not. She sighed heavily. How much could a teapot even cost? I sent her the link. $500. Actually cheaper than the one I bought in China. My phone rang 30 seconds later. You've got to be kidding me, she exploded. $500? For a pot? You damaged it. You should have told me not to use it. It was behind glass. So? You said I could use anything. In the kitchen. You're being ridiculous. And there it was. The shift. This wasn't an accident anymore. This was dismissal. Minimizing. Making me feel stupid for caring. And that's when the anger stopped being hot and became cold. Calculated. I thought about letting it go. Just cutting my losses. But every time I looked at that scratched clay sitting on my counter, I felt small. Like my boundaries didn't matter. Like my things didn't matter. So I stopped arguing. And I started documenting. I took detailed photos. Close-ups of the scratches. Videos of the soap smell lingering after multiple rinses. Then I did something she didn't expect. I posted in a tea collector forum asking about restoration options. The verdict was unanimous. Soap contamination in porous Yixing clay. Permanent. Wire sponge scratches. Structural damage. Value? Lost. One comment stuck with me. If someone did this, they owe you a replacement. No question. I screenshotted everything. Then I sent her one final message. I've confirmed with collectors. It's permanently damaged. I'm asking you one more time to replace it before I take this further. She laughed. Take it further? Over a teapot? Please. So I did. Small claims court. Now here's the thing about small claims. It's not dramatic like TV. It's paperwork. Evidence. Calm explanation. But walking into that courthouse, holding that scratched teapot wrapped carefully in cloth, I felt powerful. Because I wasn't screaming. I wasn't begging. I was standing up. She showed up annoyed. Rolling her eyes. When it was her turn to speak, she actually said, "It's just a teapot." The judge looked at her. Then looked at me. Then asked one simple question. Did you use soap and a wire sponge on an unglazed specialty item? Yes. And were you informed it was delicate? It was behind glass, but she didn't say. The judge cut her off. If it's behind glass and not in the kitchen, that's a reasonable indicator it's not standard cookware. Silence. He ruled in my favor. $500 plus filing fees. Her face went red. Mine didn't. Because it wasn't about revenge. It was about validation. About someone in authority saying, your boundaries matter. Your belongings matter. Your care matters. Outside the courthouse, she muttered, you really went through all this over tea. I looked at her and said, calmly, no. I went through all this because you refused to take responsibility. And that was the last conversation we ever had. The moment the ruling came down, I didn't feel joy. I felt release. Like something tight in my chest had finally unclenched. She wasn't shocked that she lost. She was shocked that I didn't back down. That I didn't just get over it. That I valued myself, and my things, enough to follow through. When the payment finally hit my account weeks later, I ordered a new Yixing teapot. Not identical, but close. The first time I brewed tea in it, I sat quietly. Steam curling upward. Clay warming in my hands. And it tasted clean. Fresh. Untouched by disrespect. That sip? That was the real victory. Sometimes it's not about the object. It's about what it represents. Respect. Accountability. Boundaries. And when someone crosses those lines and refuses to own it, standing your ground isn't petty. It's necessary. If this story made your blood boil even a little, hit that like button. And tell me in the comments, would you have taken the loss, or taken it to court? And of course, subscribe for more real stories where justice is served one way or another. I'll see you in the next one.